Hello everybody, today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve your first Rubik's Cube. So grab your Rubik's Cube and scramble it up and let's get started. So the first step in solving the Rubik's Cube is making the daisy. So you put the white edges around the yellow center like this. And to do this, you find white edges. So this one's already here, but I'll move it down so I can show you. So the orange white edge is right here. So, and the yellow is up here. So I can just move this up, and here's the green white edge. And so I can also just move this one up, and this one is already in place. So if you want, you can bring it up, or you can just leave it there since it is matched with its center already. And so I'll just bring it up. And now this one is in a much harder position since it is not correctly oriented or flipped correctly with the white center or the yellow center. So you have to do an F prime move or move the layer right here facing you to counterclockwise, and then since now it's here, I can bring it up, but now this one is out of the way, and then you can do another F move to bring it back. Okay, so the next step in solving the Rubik's Cube is making the white cross. It's made when when the white center is lined up with the white edges, and then the white edges opposite or other color is matched up with its center, like this. So you can do this by looking at your daisy and then finding ones with when the edges are lined up with their centers, and you can also move the top layer to find them. And so if I move this one, red is correctly matched, so I can just bring it all the way down, and then I can keep on doing U moves or moving the top layer like this or like this, and then finding ones that are matched. So the orange one is matched, so I can just bring it down like this or over here. And so now blue is also matched, so I can just bring it down, and now to move green over, and then now it's solved. So the next part of solving the Rubik's Cube is making the white face, and you do this by putting the corners, all of the white corners, in their correct positions or slots, and you don't need to worry about any edges, and sometimes the edges during this step will be solved, and that's just better for you. And so you can do this by putting the edge, the white corner, over its slot. So this is a orange, blue, and white corner, so you can just put it in between the orange and blue centers, and then it can turn out, it can look in three different cases. So when it faces to the right, this is the green-red corner, so you just put it over the green and red slots, and then you do the righty algorithm, which goes like this. You move this side up, and then you move this upper face to the left, and then bring it down again, and then move this to the right. Then it can also be facing up, and this is the green-red, so you just put it over the red and green, and then you do the righty algorithm 3 times. The next one is when it faces to the left, and this is the green-orange, so I just put it over green and orange. And so you do this with the lefty algorithm, which goes like this. You move this side up, and then this side to the left, or to the right, and then bring it down, and then bring it to the left. Okay, so this is the orange-green, or the orange-blue, and this is orange, and this is blue, so I just move it like that. And then this is the orange and the green, and since it's facing to the right, I do the righty algorithm. This is the blue-red, and so I can do this. And so now this one is in the bottom, and this is not bad. You can just do a righty algorithm or a lefty algorithm. I'm going to do the lefty so then I can show you if it's facing up. And so now it's in the top layer, and now it's in between the slot, and then I can just do 3 times. Okay, so the next step in solving the Rubik's Cube is making the first 2 layers. You can do this by putting these edges inside of their slots with the white face still complete. And so you can do this with, there's 2 different cases for it. So if the corner is like this with this part matching, you want to make the edges match with their centers in the top layer while holding the white on the bottom. And so you do this by seeing what color this is and then looking at what the side colors are, or the side centers, and then you can move. So since it's red and red's here, you move it away from the color that is on top that matches, and then you do a righty algorithm. Since I turned it to the left, so I do the righty algorithm, and then I just I rotate, and then put the F2L pair, or first 2 layered pair, back in. And the next one is, since this is blue and this is red, I move it away from blue, and since I pushed it to the right, I do the lefty algorithm, and then I put it back in. Okay, so now I'll do it completely. So there's this one, and since blue's on top, I move it away, I do the righty algorithm, I put it back in. This is matched, and this is red's on top, red's on the side, so I move it away, I do the righty algorithm, and then I put it back in. And so this one is orange on top, orange on the side, so I move it away, righty algorithm, lefty. And then there's a special case when it ends up like this, and to fix this, you just do a righty algorithm or lefty, and then you just put the slot, or put the corner back in its slot, and then you can solve it normally. Then, after completing the first 2 layers, you create the yellow cross. The 4 cases you can get are the line, L, and dot case, and the cross, already solved. So for the dot case, this is, if you get it, you have to do 2 or 3 steps to turn it into the yellow cross, and they all link together. So hold the cube from any angle with the white at the bottom, and then do an F move, and then do the righty algorithm, and then move this layer back up, and this creates the L. And you want to hold it with the edges, creating a backwards L at the top of the cube, like this, to make it more clear, and then hold it at the top, and then do an F move, and then a righty algorithm, and then now it creates a line. Hold the line horizontal, and then do another F move, and then a righty algorithm, and this creates the yellow cross. And so I got a dot case, so I can do an F, righty algorithm, now it's an L, backwards L, do another F move, righty algorithm, now it's a line. You can hold it from either side, doesn't matter, and then just do a righty algorithm, and then it creates a yellow cross. And in the next step, you don't need to really worry about the corners and just the edges. After completing the yellow cross, you need to line up the edges with their correct centers. So you can do this by finding 2 edges, yellow edges that match with their centers at the same time. So like this, there's the blue and the green, and so you can hold this with them facing against, like this, against each other, and then doing a soon, which goes like this. And so you take this pair out, and then move this down, and then move it all the way to the back, and then you bring this back up, and then you move it, this pair back, and then you bring it down. And so now this creates two edges that match diagonally. And here's again with these, you don't need to worry about the corners at all. You can just do the sewn, and then you get these. And so here the green and red are both matching with their centers, and so you can hold them with the green or whatever edge is matching in the back, and then with one to the side, and then you can do a sewn. And this is a perfect example. If you get the top yellow, don't worry about it, and then after creating, see the yellow cross, you move it to the left, and then this creates the yellow cross matching, and during this step you don't need to worry about the corners. And so here's it again, green, red, sewn, and then you move it to the left to get these all matching. And so for the cube I was using, I got this. You don't need to worry about this corner, even though it is matching. You can just do the sewn, and then you match the edges. Okay, so the next step in solving the Rubik's Cube is making all of the corners in their correct positions. It doesn't matter if they're facing up like how this one is, or facing to the side, or facing however. It just matters getting them into their correct slots. And so you can do this by finding a yellow corner that is in its correct slot, and if it doesn't have any in the correct slot, like this, you can just do this algorithm. It's called the Nicholas algorithm. So you move it the side up, you take this pair out, and then you move it to the back, and then you do the same thing on the left side, and then you move it to the back. But now this one's here, and then you just bring it down, and then do the same thing on this side, and then move the top layer to the left. And so this will, if you might have to do it a couple times, and then it'll make this. And so you hold with the edges all in the correct match with their centers, and then you hold it on the left, and then do the Nicholas algorithm. And so these ones aren't in the correct positions yet, but you just do it again, and then they should solve. So right now this one's already in its correct position, and these three are not in the correct, but it doesn't matter. And so now I have somehow gotten the yellow face, and so you can just do the same thing. It doesn't matter how this corner is matching as long as it's in its correct slot. So you can just do the Nicholas algorithm, and that'll turn it into this. And now this one, this one, this one are in its correct slot. Here's another one. This one is correct, and then since it's facing me, it doesn't matter. Just do Nicholas. And so they're not correct yet, so again, and so now they're all in the correct slots, and now none of them are matching again. So I'm just gonna hold it like this, or no, this one's matching, so I can just hold it, do the Nicholas, and then I got this. Now these are matching. So the last and final step in solving the Rubik's Cube is solving the cube. So you can do this by holding white at the bottom, and then just picking a random corner, a yellow corner that's not solved, and then do the righty algorithm as many times as it takes to get this corner into its correct slot. And then don't worry about if it's messed up, just do it, and then make sure you finish the righty algorithm, or this will mess up the cube and then you'll have to start over. And so after doing that, you can move the bottom layer to make it another yellow corner in this slot. Make sure to never rotate during this step, and then just continue to do this. So now it's solved, and then move it again. And so this one is now facing towards me, but it doesn't matter. Just do the righty algorithm as many times, and now it's in its correct slot. And now there's one left, and that solves the cube. I have this one, which has this corner right here, and so I can just do the righty algorithm and then solve it, and then just do another D move, and make sure it looks like this with the yellow corner in its slot, because when I tried doing this, I would just think putting a green corner in here would solve it, but make sure that it has both colors and then the yellow, and that solves the cube. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Share this with anybody who you think would probably want to solve it. Congratulations on solving your first cube, and I hope if you want, you can become a super great speed cuber, and comment down below if I should make CFOP videos, because I have been doing CFOP for a couple months and I'm getting pretty close to being sub 15 average. See you guys in the next one. Okay, so now I'm going to do some example solves for you. So if you're having any trouble with it, you can watch these and to help. And so I have this edge right here. I did not cover this, but if it's right here, you can do an F move and put it right here and then move it up. And then this one's just here. And then since this one's here, I can just move the top layer and put it right here. And so now this one's here, but all of these are here. So if I do an F move, that'll move it, but that's okay. So I can do that, and then I can just rotate and put it back in. And so I can rotate. This one's, oh, they're all matched. So I can just bring them all down. And so now this corner is already above its correct center. So I can just do 3 righty algorithms since it was facing up. This one is on the blue red, so I can move it over the red green. So then I can just do a righty algorithm, put it in. This one is in its correct slot and it's over orange and blue, but you can do lefty algorithm 3 times to put it in. And so now this one's like this, and so I can just put it in between, do righty algorithms. And so now the red is on top, these are matched, so red's here, so I can move it on top of orange and or away from red, and do a lefty algorithm, do a righty, and then put it back in to make this pair. Now this is orange, orange, move it away, righty, lefty, and so now this corner, or this edge, is above, this is orange, so I'll move it on top and move it away from red, do lefty, put it in, and now I got this case where it's just, this edge is flipped, or not oriented correctly, so I can just do a righty algorithm, and then put this one back in, and now that's correct, move it away, righty, lefty. I got a dot case, or an L case, so make it a backwards L, do an F move, a righty algorithm, now it's a line. And so now these all got put in correctly, so I don't need to do a soon, but I will to show you guys. And so it's green, red, soon, and then move it to the right. And so now this one's in its correct position, so I can just do this. So that solves that. And so I chose this one, and so I can just do the righty algorithm. And you can either move it like this or like that all the way around, and then just put it in. That solves it. Something I wanted to cover was if you do the Nicholas and it ends up being like this, where this block is solved and then you have all of your edges correctly. And then so if you do it like this, where the corner's here, 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 sometimes when you do a Nicholas and it's like that, it will get solved, and that's okay. Thank you for watching.